Oh, Jorge does have his foot draped across the top of the bottom rope.
Yeah, but he didn't get it there himself, Craig. That would have been Thurston Skowl at ringside, getting that boot up on.
Well, that is why he pays him of 33%.
That's a big cut, right?
I've always heard his cuts are very large.
That his cuts are literal.
He's stepping on everything.
Maybe that's part of it. I think Thurston Skow's pretty good at coming out ahead in the end. Oh, he is. He's going to go for the Three Amigos suplex.
Trifecta. He's taking too much time.
That is a big dude. He's trying. No, big Jorge reversal.
He's had enough.
2 amigos and 1 enemy. That'll be it. Big win for Big Jorge. Welcome to the Great Lakes Professional Wrestling Showcase. Professional wrestling fans, welcome back to the Fledge. Welcome to the Great Lakes Professional Wrestling Showcase. I'm DJ Dangler. I'm always hosting. I'm always excited to be here. But today, everyone, Capital Pro fans, we're going to start out by talking to the head of the Circle of Dust. Friends and family, folks of the Fledge, please make an appropriate welcome for Thurston Skowl. Accompanying Thurston Skowl is Big Jorge, fresh off a big victory. Jorge, Thurston Skowl, welcome to ringside. We're happy to have you here at Great Lakes Professional Wrestling Showcase. You guys have been on a bit of a tear, admittedly. We just saw a big win out of Jorge. Where does this leave you looking in the near future?
I don't even want to talk about that. What I want to talk about is last month, because Gary the Freak,
Our champion,
Gary the
Pro fans, for those of you not following, longtime referee Gary, surprise victory. Gary the Freak.
Shut your mouth, Dangler! Gary the Freak, let me tell you something, because you beat the creamy one, the dreamy one, the real champion. But I, as the manager of champions, the guiding light, the voice of violence, the mouth of madness, put a little clause in the contract. You see, next month, Gary the Freak, shut your mouths! Gary's not here. The Circle of Dust is here and we're talking. Next month, I am going to dismantle you. I am going to break every single digit in your fingers. I am going to break your hand. I am going to dislocate your shoulder. I'm going to stick my thumbs inside your eyes, because you're never going to be able to count a pin again. You're never going to be able to wrestle again when I'm through with you. And if it ain't me, it's going to be Big Jorge. And if it ain't Big Jorge, it's going to be LaDon Sanders, because the Circle of Dust keeps going, baby. We keep going.
saying you have an open challenge to Gary from Circle of Dust?
It's not an open challenge. It's a clause in the contract that was signed. Next month, Gary the Freak, you're a dead man.
That is 100%. We will bring that to you.
Trust the dust, baby. Circle of Dust is out here.
Well, I don't know if you should trust the dust, but you can definitely trust Capital Pro to bring you Gary the Freak's. Gary the Freak's ongoing problems with Circle of Dust. Thurston Skowl has a challenge for Gary the Freak. He'll answer it or have one of his charges for the Midwest television title. I'm excited and equally nervous for our champ Gary, but we'll have more of that in the near future. But right now, let's move on to some more singles matchups.
If you enjoy the Great Lakes Professional Wrestling Showcase, please join our Patreon. Visit patreon.com/American Lucha Libre and become a patron. Get access to entire events as soon as they're edited. Buy access to individual events. Join the 2 tickets tier to get monthly event tickets and access to videos. If you can't make it to ringside, this is a great way to see all the action and support Capital Pro Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is a singles contest scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, hailing from Boys Town, Darling Roger.
I like this dude. Darling Roger. He is ready for trouble. Darling Roger. Not afraid to mix it up with anybody.
And introducing his opponent, hailing from Lansing, Michigan, Georg Mack.
Big Georg Mack, the Star of Destiny. Biggest competitor in Capital Pro. Tag team specialist. He certainly had his fair share of singles wins.
Well, since his tag team partner is on the shelf, it would only make sense that Mack would try to focus on the singles, making his claim back up to the Great Lakes Television Championship, currently held by Gary the Freak.
Georg Mack had so much riding on the tag team return of Marvelous Destiny. He'd spoken about it for months, trained diligently in preparation for his partner's return, and his partner immediately put back on the shelf with injury, leaving our man Mack abandoned. Here in the singles division, Darling Roger, people might not notice this at home. Darling Roger's a big dude. Darling Roger got to be right around 200, 215.
He's a solid 200 pounds, hailing from Boys Town.
He's a bigger than average fella.
The actual unofficial mascot of the Midwest Misfits. If you didn't notice the Midwest Misfits towel,
I saw that
upon
there.
his backside.
welcome for Darling Roger.
Mack trying to get the fans at ringside on board with the Mack attack. Mack backing up Darling Roger into the corner. Yeah, Mack does not want to hit a man with glasses and go against the rules of fair combat.
Oh, he's not above it.
Oh! Man, a man's glasses, you don't want to mess with a man's glasses.
Wow. I think Darling Roger might have been hiding behind that for a little.
Well, it's right in his picture. Oof. His glasses are a part of his lifestyle.
That clubbing blow to the back there.
He must be blind as a bat taking those kicks to the midsection.
I think that
Mack just choking him.
I think that clubbing blow just became part of Roger's lifestyle. My gosh. Maybe if he had those glasses, he could have avoided that giant punch.
Or that big kick, big clothesline. Mack is just having his way with Darling Roger.
This was a poor game plan on Darling Roger's part. Maybe he should invest in some of those Horace Grant rec specs. You think?
Possibly, or
Get some Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's going.
the goggles. Get a set of goggles, kid. Tell everyone you're playing racquetball instead of man-to-man combat.
Go goggles.
Big chop out of Darling Roger, not really having much effect on Georg Mack. Big whip followed up by a knife edge chop.
Hits him in the chest.
Clubbing blows.
Roger's just getting beaten up right now. Georg Mack seems to be venting some frustration on the Darling run.
I've talked to Georg Mack. I can understand why he'd be frustrated. Just stepping on poor Darling Roger's chest, squeezing the air out of him.
We are so used to seeing Mack in tag matchups. We often overlook or just forget about him in singles competition.
Nice drop kick in the corner.
It was a beautiful drop kick.
Hitting him with a Bronco Buster-ish double knee strike.
I've got to commend Darling Roger on seeing his window here and leaping through it.
Nice leg drop.
You really do. You have to do so much to keep a big man like Mack down. He's not going to get it with a conventional cover. He's going to need to hook a leg.
Something.
Yeah, unless the man's completely out, a guy like Mack can just roll and bowl off of the pin. Is he headbutting the man in the midsection?
He might have tried, but that's an ample midsection. Hit him with the rocker dropper.
Oh my goodness.
Or as I like to call it, the big asser. And that's it, folks.
That'll be it.
Here is your winner, Georg Mack.
Friends of the Fledge, let's hear it for the Star of Destiny, Georg Mack. Big win, and we rarely see you in the singles division, Mac, but congratulations on that big victory, making a statement. Do you plan on spending more time in the singles division here at Capital Pro?
You know what, DJ, that all depends. It all depends on my man, Mike Marvel. Mike, I know you're home. I know you're healing up the elbow. I hope it gets healed up quick, because we got some Great Lakes tag team titles to get a hold of in 2025.
That is 100% true. Capital Pro, I know I, as a fan, have been looking forward to you and Mac making that tag team return, but that now is on the shelf. Where does that leave you, George?
February 9th, Los Lucha Loteria.
You put a lot on that one. You got that one. Yeah, you got that one just right. Yeah.
I did. What's going to happen is there's going to be randomly drawn tag team matches. And I've been showing for the past couple years that if Mike Marvel's not to be found, that I can make a great tag team with just about anyone. So I'm going to get into Los Lucha Loteria. I am going to win for my team. And then when it comes down to the Battle Royal, who's going to throw me over the top rope? Nobody!
There seems to be some rumblings, but that is a darn fine question.
So what that means is come March 16th, the Star of Destiny, Georg Mack, is going to step into the ring with either Thurston, Skowl, or Gary the Freak Neely, and he's going to become the next Great Lakes Television Champion. Because that, DJ, is my destiny.
Let's hear it for Big Georg Mack, everybody. He laid it out as clearly as can be. February 9th, Los Lucha Loteria. We will have randomly selected tag teams. The winners of those will go on to compete in a future battle royal to see who will face off against our champion, whoever it is at that time. I'm super excited about it.
Next week on the Great Lakes Professional Wrestling Showcase, we'll have brand new matches from Los Lucha Loteria. This Sunday from the Fledge, you can be there. You can see all the action live. You can see the Great Lakes Television Championship match between Thurston, Skowl, and Gary the Freak. And then you can join us for a super after party. You're not going to want to miss a second of this action next week on the Great Lakes Professional Wrestling Showcase.